is up, guys? You're watching Between the Whistle. We're going to talk about the Green Bay Packers versus the Raiders. In this one, the Packers get the 42-24 win with an absolutely outstanding performance by the man himself, Aaron Rodgers, having one of the best games of his career and definitely his best game of the season for sure. Offense is finding different ways to win every game. They've won every day in kind of a different fashion. They've won every game in kind of a different fashion. Rodgers spread the ball around without Devontae Adams. Kind of kept the defense guessing. O-line definitely had their best game. They had one sack, and that came pretty early in the game. And then throughout the game, they kept Rodgers pretty well kept. Gave him plenty of time to throw. He did take a hit in the end zone, but he got the ball away, and that was more of a missed block by one of the running backs, more than the O-line. In this game, Rodgers goes 25 for 31, 429 yards, 5 touchdowns, and one rushing touchdown. So 6 total touchdowns for Aaron Rodgers in this one. Like I said, for sure, definitely his best game of the season. Aaron Jones, 12 carries for 50 yards, 33 receiving yards, and a touchdown. MVS, 2 catches, 133 yards, and 1 touchdown with his long catch being 74 yards. Kind of later in the game, and he got a good block from Aaron Jones. Let him go down the sideline. Jimmy Graham had one of his better games with the Packers. 4 catches, 65 yards, and a touchdown. Definitely his best game of the season for sure. Probably his best game with the Packers. Jay Kumaro, 2 catches, 54 yards, and a touchdown. Jamal Williams, 4 catches, 26 yards, and a touchdown. So like I said, Aaron Rodgers just kind of spread the ball around. He had 8 different receivers this game. The defense, not their best game, but they got stops when they needed to. Kevin King, 1 interception. Blake Martinez, 16 total tackles. No sacks for the defense in this one. They kind of struggled throughout the game, but they got a few stops. And really, the Raiders on our starting defense, they held them to. The starting defense kind of held them to 17 points. They got a touchdown in garbage time. Not a whole lot of QB pressures from them. The Raiders kind of ran the ball, and when Derek Carr did drop back to throw, he got it out quick. He didn't really have very many plays where he held the ball for a while. So they kind of went through the Packers' defensive weaknesses, which was the running game and getting the ball out quick. The defense, the secondary, they definitely struggled without Dontrell Savage. They struggled to cover the tight ends. Darren Waller just balled out on the defense. He had 7 catches, 126 yards, and 2 touchdowns. So Dontrell Savage definitely needed back in this defense as soon as he can. The Raiders, they just kind of had a couple missed opportunities, 2 turnovers, an interception by Derek Carr. So yeah, the Raiders offense kind of had a couple missed opportunities, 2 turnovers by Derek Carr through an interception. They had a fumble where he tried to reach out and get a couple more yards and possibly a touchdown, and he ended up dropping the ball and it fumbled into the end zone, so the Packers got the ball off of that one. And maybe if Derek Carr scores there, then maybe this game turns into a shootout. So this game definitely could have been a lot closer, and it could have had even more crazier stats for Aaron Rodgers, and it could have been a career game for him. But luckily, after a couple of Derek Carr turnovers, the defense kind of held out and got some stops when they needed to. Let's talk about the Raiders a little bit. Derek Carr, 22 for 28, and 293 yards, 2 touchdowns, interception, and a fumble. Like I said, Darren Waller, 7 catches, 126 yards, and 2 touchdowns. And Morrow, the other tight end, 24 yards and a touchdown. So that's pretty much it for this game. Rodgers showed he's back in this win. He gets the Packers to 6-1, and if he plays like this the rest of the season, he can maybe put himself in the MVP race. The Packers are atop the NFC North. And remember, guys, thank you for watching Between the Whistle. Make sure to like and subscribe. And don't forget, go Pack Go.